Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of class 9, and today we will proceed from a new chapter, that is chapter number 3, Electoral Politics. So before this we have completed chapter number 1 and 2, that is why democracy and what is democracy was chapter number 1, and constitutional design was chapter number 2. So as you all know that this year there has been a deduction of 30% in the syllabus of pole science of class 9. So overall there will be 4 chapters this year in the pole science, and today we will start discussing from chapter number 3, that is electoral politics. And related to this chapter electoral politics, the topics that will be included or that we will discuss are: number 1 is the topic on elections, then number 2 will be why elections, that means why elections are necessary for a democratic country like India. Then number 3 will be what makes elections democratic. After elections, why elections, the important point or topic that we will discuss is what makes election democratic. The number 4 point that we will discuss is it good to have political competition in a democracy? Because in a democracy political competition is very much needed. Why? Because recently we read about the country China, where people have no choice because there is only one political party, which is Communist Party of China. So people have no choice to choose their own candidate. If any candidate is chosen by the people's vote, that particular candidate will be from that party only, that is Communist Party of India. So people have no choice at all. So for that also it is very much good to have political competition, because when political competition will be there will be more options for the people to choose from. The next point that we will discuss is what is our system of election, that means what system we follow in our country. After that, what makes election democratic in India, and at last we will discuss about the conclusion part. So let us proceed then. Related to the first topic that we will discuss is about the elections, how elections in India is done. So regarding elections, number 1 point is election procedure that allows members of an organization or community to choose representatives who will hold positions of the authority within it. That means election can be actually a process. Why election is held? Because it is a process to choose a leader or a candidate who wants to be or who wants to win from that particular constituency, so that he or she, when elected, can raise the problems and issues of the common people from that constituency. Whoever people have voted for him or her, it's their choice to choose him or her to that position, so that the people cannot go directly discussing about their problems and issues. So for that reason only, the candidates whosoever wins the election put forward all the problems and issues of his particular constituencies. So this is all democratic in nature. The most important elections select the leaders of local, state and national governments. That means when elections are held, that may be held for electing the local leader also, starting from the lowest hierarchy, the president of the Gaon Panchayat, then the chairman of the town committee, then selecting the mayor of a particular state, then after that selecting the chief minister, and also selecting the member of legislative assembly from different constituencies. So these elections can involve electing leaders from various groups such as the leaders from local also, from state also, and from national level also. The chance to decide who will govern at these levels serves as an opportunity for the public to make choices about the policies, programs, and future directions of the government action. And it is actually a chance given to the people, because democracy, in simple words, we can define it as of the people, by the people, and for the people. So when elections are held, it is the chance for us to select the candidate of our choice, and that we think that he or she will be an asset to our constituency. And at the same time, the people voting for the particular candidate will also look about the policies and programs that they have promised to fulfill, because before the election, while campaigning, the particular candidate of from different parties will actually promise to roll out many policies and programs which will be for the welfare of the people and as well as the society. So keeping in that mind, the people will vote for the particular candidate. At the same time, elections promote accountability. That means if people are giving vote, they are also thinking of what? They are also thinking that in the same way that they have voted for the leader of their choice, that leader after winning should not forget about the developmental progress and whatever the welfare programs and policies have been rolled out from his side should not be left out. Because if this is done, then again the time will come that in the next election, which will be again after 5 years in case of India, then people will throw him or her out of that position. So in order to be there at the place permanently, or whenever the elections are held, that particular leader should always work for the welfare and development of the society, so that he or she could win the trust of the people. After that, the threat of defeat at the polls exerts pressure on those in power to conduct themselves in a responsible manner and take account of popular interest and wishes when they make their decisions. So just now we have discussed about that point only, that even suppose say that this time if a leader has won and he is there in that position as an MLA for the next 5 years, so he or she cannot be sure that when the next election is held, then also he or she will remain in that position, because it depends upon the work and developmental works that he or she has done for the society. Based on that only, people will re-vote for him, or he or she will be thrown out of that position. The next point that is related to why elections. That means what is the necessity of elections in our country, India. Elections take place regularly in any democracy. That means most of the country in today's world are in favor of having democratic form of government. So wherever the democratic form of government is there, we know that elections are a must to be take place in that country who is following democracy. We know that there are more than 100 countries in the world in which elections take place to choose people's representatives. And as I have told you that the democratic form of government is the most popular form of government adopted by maximum countries in the world. So as an information, we also know that more than 100 countries in the world are following democratic or democratic form of government. So in all these countries, elections take place regular, or you can say at regular intervals. So in some country there may be an interval of 5 years, and in some countries there may be an interval of 6 years also. So what is the motive of holding these elections? These elections are actually taking place in order to choose people's representatives. And this is the motto or motive of holding elections. And on the other hand, it is also to make sure that the leader or the government which is there since 5 years, the particular government should not be in that place for a permanent time. And to make sure of this only, the elections are being held regularly after 5 or 6 years. So for this reason, elections are very much necessary in a democratic form of government, or for those in those countries where the democratic form of government is there. So with this, I will wind up today's topic based on a new chapter, that is electoral politics. And in today's topic, we discussed about the elections, and we also discussed about why it is necessary to hold elections at regular intervals. With this, I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.